Willard Carroll Smith II is an American actor, rapper, and film producer. Known for his work in both the screen and music industries, his accolades include an Academy Award, a Golden Globe Award, a BAFTA Award, and 4 Grammy Awards.
So when I was 15 years old, my first girlfriend cheated on me.
Oh.
And I remember making a decision that nobody would ever cheat on me again. And the way I was going to do that is by being the biggest actor on earth.
Smith learned that acting could be a form of leadership. It wasn't just about likes and cameras, it was about integrity and portraying the character in the best way possible. This has shaped his approach to fame and performance.
I'm not really saying this to be arrogant. I do think I'm like one of the most prolific actors of our time.
You 100% should feel that.
Yeah.
100%. What the hell? Of course.
So Marlon Brando, me and Denzel.
Will Smith has had his fair share of misunderstandings in the industry, but that notwithstanding, these are his 7 favorite actors of all time. Starting with number 7, we have Marlon Brando.
Don't you realize that you're thought of as the greatest actor ever?
Speaking with YouTuber Plaque Max on one of his streams, the Hollywood heavyweight, Will Smith answered when asked, "I'm trying to look at the whole spectrum. I'm not trying to be arrogant," he said, accidentally sounding even more arrogant in the process. "I do think I am one of the most prolific actors of all time," although he mentioned some other actors whom he thinks are prolific and admires so much in the industry.
At all.
I just feel like all my clothes have been taken off.
No, but that's...
Marlon Brando, a top actor in Hollywood who once gave his list of top actors that didn't include himself. Best known for The Godfather, he often showed up on set without memorizing his lines. Instead, improvised, and it worked. Some of the most iconic scenes in film history were born from his spontaneous creativity. Brando once delivered an unscripted monologue that lasted 18 minutes on set. Only 2 minutes made it into the final cut, yet those brief moments left an unforgettable mark on audiences everywhere.
Why do you downgrade acting as a profession?
What?
I say, why do you downgrade acting as a profession?
Marlon Brando is respected as an actor because he played a major part in revolutionizing acting in the United States. When he was a stage actor for that brief period, he lived the role he played when on stage. It was more than just playing a character. Will Smith admires Marlon Brando for his groundbreaking approach to acting and his immense talent. He specifically admires Brando's ability to slip into character, such that it blurs the line between character and actor, creating unforgettable performances. He also appreciates Brando's willingness to take risks and his impact on the evolution of acting in the United States. In the movie Gemini Man, a digital likeness of Smith's 23-year-old self was used to star alongside him at the age he is now. Impressed by the outcome, Smith, who had admired Marlon Brando for the longest time, wanted to know whether or not the technology would allow a collaboration with the late Brando, who died in 2004 at the age of 80. "It's pretty crazy to think that there's now a 23-year-old digital version of myself, an avatar that exists that I can use for other films," Smith said. "As the technology gets better and better, can a young Will Smith make a movie with a young Marlon Brando? That's what I'm thinking." Next actor on our list, at number 6, is Daniel Day-Lewis.
And the Oscar goes to Daniel Day-Lewis. There Will Be Blood.
Daniel Michael Blake Day-Lewis is an English actor. Often described as one of the greatest actors in the history of cinema, he has received numerous awards, including 3 Academy Awards, 4 BAFTA Awards, 3 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and 2 Golden Globe Awards.
Why can't you let him go?
He makes me laugh.
You like him.
I like him.
You like him.
When Will Smith mentioned actors who inspire him, one name amongst others that he mentioned is Daniel Day-Lewis. And honestly, it's not surprising. Day-Lewis is what you'd call a chameleon actor. He's famous for completely disappearing into his roles, to the point where people on set say it's like he becomes the character.
People might get about Daniel is that he's very serious.
Yes.
Right.
I do. He's not.
Think about his performances in the movies There Will Be Blood, Lincoln, or My Left Foot. His acting in each of these movies is so intense and unforgettable that it almost feels unreal. Will Smith has said he deeply admires that kind of commitment, that almost spiritual dedication to the craft.
You don't go to work with Daniel Day-Lewis, you go to work with whoever his character is. That's who you see.
Day-Lewis is known for staying in character, even off camera. Like when he was filming My Left Foot, where he played a man with cerebral palsy, he refused to leave his wheelchair during production. That kind of discipline is rare, and it's exactly what inspires actors like Will Smith, who's always pushing himself to deliver powerful, authentic performances. On number 5, we have Aishwarya Rai Bachchan.
Are men intimidated by you?
Are you?
Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is an Indian actress who is primarily known for her work in Hindi and Tamil films. Rai won the Miss World 1994 pageant and later established herself as one of the most popular and influential celebrities in India. She has received numerous accolades for her acting in the past years. Will Smith, in a conversation with actor and musician Farhan Akhtar at Hindustan Times Leadership Summit in 2018, said it is a part of his wish list to work in a Bollywood masala entertainer with Aishwarya Rai Bachchan.
No, not really.
So then I guess not.
One of the things on my bucket list is to be in a Bollywood dance sequence. I met Aishwarya 15 years ago. We had conversations about doing something together, but it never happened. Perhaps I would do a film with her, Smith said.
She just has a powerful energy, she doesn't have to say anything.
Smith openly admitted she has a powerful energy, and she doesn't have to say anything or do anything. Whatever she wants to make, he is always available to work with her. I wanted to work with her in Hitch, but she was shooting for Bride and Prejudice at the time, and she couldn't do it, Smith said. With his passion for acting and how much Will Smith respects her, he is ready to hop on anything with the Bollywood actress, be it a dance or even a movie. At number 4, we have Keanu Reeves.
Nobody said, we got a Keanu already. Maybe we should just stick with the one.
Will Smith has always spoken about Keanu Reeves with respect and reverence. Reeves never needed to announce himself because his work said it all. It's well known that Keanu Reeves is probably the nicest person in Hollywood. From putting the brakes on his career to help his sister who was battling with cancer, to giving the stunt team of John Wick 4 personalized watches, he has become a revered personality, both within Hollywood and beyond. His rise in popularity began with the movie The Matrix, but nowadays it's well known that he wasn't the first choice for the role. Brad Pitt once admitted that he was offered the role of Neo, and even Will Smith has confirmed it was true. However, Will Smith had expressed regret for turning down the offer and choosing a film that didn't make a hit like he expected.
Probably 8 or 9. So I had never heard that name for another human until that moment.
Since he was at the top of his game, he was offered the role of Neo in The Matrix, but he declined because he didn't understand what the movie was trying to do. Instead, he chose to feature in Barry Sonnenfeld's Wild Wild West. Smith thought the film was going to hit big at the box office. After all, the director was the same who had directed the Men in Black film, and the story involved the usual action film escapades mixed in with humor, but the results were less than stellar.
I have to ask you before you go, John Wick, when can we see more?
Oh my gosh, well there's a version of it called Ballerina, which is in the John Wick world.
I had so much success that I started to taste global blood, and my focus shifted from my artistry to winning. I wanted to win and be the biggest movie star, and what happened was there was a lag around Wild Wild West time. I found myself promoting something. After all, I wanted to win versus promoting something because I believed in it, Smith said in frustration.
You know, I had a really great experience working on the role. I did like 4 or 5.
However, Keanu Reeves, who starred in the Matrix films, felt that Smith was being too hard on himself. So when he heard that Will Smith was pretty much expressing regret over doing Wild Wild West, he jumped in to compliment the movie. When he was asked about it in an interview, he said calmly, "No, I thought it was good. It's good." The production designer, Ted Levine, was the most amazing. Kevin Kline. It was good. I enjoyed it. Smith loved the way Reeve handled the role in the movie. He thinks he was just perfect for the role, but he still blames himself for being immature to refuse the role. What drew Smith's attention to Reeve was his humility and consistency, and how he was able to separate himself from an industry filled with self-appraisal. Smith started to shift his focus from fame and other distractions towards a steady approach that builds a legacy. Speaking of building legacies, the next actor on our list is a typical example. At number 3, we have Alfonso Ribeiro. To every other person, Ribeiro might appear as a normal actor, but to Will Smith, he is more than just an actor and a co-star. Smith often described him as the most naturally gifted comedic actor he has ever worked with. They collaborated on the movie Bel Air, and throughout the movie, Ribeiro brought an energy that gave the movie a different rhythm and charm. Over the sitcom's 6 years on the air, the pair formed a friendship that extended far beyond when the director yelled, "Cut!" But as Will went on to navigate the dizzy heights of fame as a blockbuster movie star and Alfonso struggled to further his acting career, they have still been able to maintain their friendship.
What's your relationship with Will Smith today?
It's always great. We talk all the time.
I talk to everyone when I can, he adds of the cast of the 90s sitcom. We're all obviously doing many different things, but there's a lot of love, and 35 years is pretty special. In Fresh Prince, which aired for 6 seasons from 1990 to 1996, Smith famously played a fictionalized version of himself, who was a street-smart teenager from West Philadelphia whose mother sent him across the country to live with his wealthy aunt and uncle in Bel Air, Los Angeles, after a scary confrontation during a street basketball game. Ribeiro, on the other hand, starred as Carlton Banks, Will's preppy cousin.
Will Smith said you transformed his life with the way you worked on Fresh Prince. How does that make you feel to hear him say that?
On an episode of Vice's Black Comedy in America series, he stated that his bond with Ribeiro was one of the most creative relationships he has ever had that has transformed his life. When you meet somebody who understands you in a way that other people don't understand, and they're able to understand you, then craft things for you to create and shine and explode, he explained. And Alfonso was that guy for sure.
Well, it was wonderful to hear him say that, obviously. Will is my brother for life.
Smith recalled knowing that Ribeiro was the perfect fit to play the character of Carlton, and appreciating his willingness to go for it when it came to comedic scenes. According to Smith, when he came in for the audition, there was like no question, that's the one. Nobody commits as hard as Alfonso. We call it the comedic limb. You know where you're gonna try this joke and you're gonna go out there with it and you're gonna risk it all. It was wonderful to hear him say that. Even the interviewer, Jennifer Hudson, was quite impressed. Will is my brother. Our friendship and bond have now withstood the time of 4 or 5 decades. He's the best, Ribeiro told the host.
So we don't get a chance to get together enough, but we talk all the time, and I get to see him and the family. And
Ribeiro's ability to turn every throwaway line into comic gold forced Smith to raise his game and taught him how to react rather than act. Because of how Alfonso behaved on the set of the movie, Will Smith gained a deep respect for comedy as a profession, and he took that knowledge onto his future jobs, where he met number 2, who is none other than Martin Lawrence.
I'm Will Smith. I'm Martin Lawrence.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have been close friends and on-screen sidekicks for decades, but they still manage to get on. It goes beyond the Bad Boy franchise. Their friendship is built on mutual understanding and trust. Smith said Lawrence is the only actor who can make him break character by just looking at him. Their chemistry is so natural. Smith loves his authenticity. Martin is always Martin. No matter how big the stage or the stakes, he is himself. That's rare, Smith said in an interview.
Co-star with me in the movie, and my sister Ray brought Will's attention to me.
Smith credits the success of the movie Bad Boys not just to the script, because they improvised a lot, and it became legendary. He credited the success of the movie to the dynamic they built together. Lawrence taught Smith to take risks, relax more, and trust that something great would come. This taught him to value chemistry. They went on to shoot another movie, Ride or Die, and when asked what the most challenging thing was about shooting, they both answered, to finish it. We got shut down in the middle, double strikes, writer strike, actor strike, right in the middle of the movie, said Smith, recalling his frustrations over the delay.
Thought about it, I called Will, I said, let's set up a dinner, and Will came to my house and we had a dinner, and after 5 minutes of talking to him,
they badly wanted to finish the movie because they knew it was going to be a hit, so trying to keep it all together during that time was difficult, Smith told People magazine. Ultimately, however, Smith said the forced downtime became a good thing in disguise. As it turned out, it helped us. The movie was released at the right time, he explained.
Will does great work, and I thought he was great on The Fresh Prince and his energy.
Jerry Bruckheimer, who produced the movie, praised the 2 stars, telling People there was never a dull moment with Lawrence and Smith during production. They're creative and fun. They're so great to work with, he said. There are never any arguments, we just have a blast going through the process, and it's a long process to get these made. I'll tell you, Will and Martin are no different. They're great in front of the camera, and they're fun off camera, they are, he said. They're good friends, and I love being with them, and they're just great talents. The world is a better place with Will and Martin in it. At the top of our list today, we have Denzel Washington.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. The devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite.
Smith has long admired Denzel Washington for his control and skill. He once said, Denzel is a monster. That dude is a beast. I watched his work, and it is just flawless. Will Smith says Washington is a man of principle. During one Los Angeles ceremony, comedian Rock took to the stage to present the award for Best Documentary, which was won by Summer of Soul. He made a joke about Smith's wife Jada Pinkett Smith's hair loss as a result of alopecia, saying he couldn't wait to watch G.I. Jane 2.
I didn't have to be in it, so I could concentrate just on making the film. Didn't have to worry about.
Will appeared to laugh off the jibe initially, though Jada did not look impressed at all. Shortly afterwards, Will walked up to the stage and slapped Rock in the face. Upon returning to his seat, the Smith shouted, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth! Later in the evening, after receiving an award for Best Actor for his role as Richard Williams in the movie King Richard, he approached the stage with a smile, appearing to reference the outburst. Denzel Washington, who also appeared in the Best Actor category for his performance in the tragedy of Macbeth, spoke some words of wisdom to Will Smith after the slap.
Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
What I loved was, Denzel said to me a few moments ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you, Smith explained. Denzel said this to Smith, not just as a fellow actor, but as someone who understands how fame works. Smith did not just listen to Washington's words of advice, he studied his career. On the Plaqueboy Max stream, Will Smith said, there are actors, and there are movie stars, and there's a difference. Smith continued, an actor can deliver a role and take you to something that is a transformative experience, but a movie star can put a movie on their back and carry it. You go to a Denzel movie because it's a Denzel movie. Smith has admired Washington's consistency, discipline, and refusal to compromise just to gain accolades. While they've never been in a movie together, Washington thought it wise to approach Smith after the infamous Oscars debacle. This would imply that either they are friends or Washington took it upon himself to talk some sense into his younger colleague. Sounds like something Denzel would do. Interestingly, Washington fits both sides of Smith's actor-movie star definition. While he is a big name that will draw people to a project, he's also a phenomenal performer, capable of embodying any character with the weight needed to make a meaningful connection with his audience. Will Smith adopted those values and applied them to his own career choices, steering away from superficial roles towards projects that Will Smith has made it popular that he doesn't want to be defined by awards or controversies, but by the quality of his work, consistency of his character, and sincerity of his journey. These are Will Smith's 7 favorite actors of all time. Don't forget to like, share, and hit the subscribe button. See you in the next video.